Well, greetings, guys. Hey, this is Dr. John L. Mack coming back, and just wanted to talk to you about the elephant in the room. And this is the digital elephant that's in the room. And this digital elephant, kind of, it's interesting. In the last probably 20 years, a new landscape has been presented, a new cityscape, a new foundation has been laid. And we're still operating as if it's the old operating system. So this new operating system that's been put into place has been gradually rolled out in the last 20 years. AI has made things easier and less intrusive for us. Sometimes when you're writing an email, it would suggest a word. That word, whatever that word play program that just automatically shifted and put the correct word or another word in that we accepted as being a better word. But the elephant in the room is this: it's a digital elephant. In these last 20 years, they have just made available more and more intrusive tools, intellectual technology, as it were. And this intellectual technology has been slowly creeping into our daily reality. And it's shaped what that reality looks like and how we respond to reality based on this new reality. So, guys, this, when I was coming up, you had the handwrite a letter. And that handwritten letter, like if you wanted to talk to a girl, you handwrite a letter. I like you. Do you like me? Check yes or no. And you would send it to her and hope that she would check yes. In many cases, you'll get your little heartbroken because she said no. But that's how we communicated. There was the telephone was kind of interesting because it was a landline. It was plugged into the wall, and you had to remember everybody's number. And sometimes you would call, and it would be the house phone, and the girl you're calling, her mama might not want her to receive calls, or she's sneaking. I mean, just all sorts of just the technology wasn't as expansive as it is now. But now we live in a world where this technology is so commonplace. We have smartphones. First we came up with the Blackberries and the really cool phones that you could. First they started off, it was a brick. It was a phone bigger than this. It was heavy, and the battery didn't last that long, and it cost an arm and a leg to be able to have the cellular service. But then it's morphed into what we have today. And what we have today is just the ability to just pick up the phone. There's no long distance toll costs. It's just, you can talk to people around the world on your phone. There's more computing power in that phone that was used to land a man on the moon. So this is telling you that you have incredible technology at your fingertips. But the elephant in the room is, with all this technology, they just started pouring out and just giving more and more features to these phones and to these apps and to these programs on your computers. And you find yourself, wow, this is just so much. And we wake up today and we realize it is a lot. Now I'm gonna probably put myself out there, and y'all gonna say, Dr. Mack, but I'm being honest with you. My computer right now, in my email, I've got like about 30,000 emails. I'm treating it like a big old storage container. Get all this unopened stuff in it. I have a neighbor that has is a hoarder. I have just a garage full of stuff, and that's how it feels like when you're looking at your email, and it kind of overwhelms you. You look at, wow, man, my life was so much simpler when I just got the mail out of the mailbox. But this electronic stuff, wow, I wake up and there was all of those from the I didn't open, and even those from today I still haven't opened. And then I got some more coming tomorrow. It's just like cray. So that's the elephant in the room, that your calendar is all just is full of stuff, and you got your double booking, or you make. I had a interesting this morning. I had several things, and I had forgot. I didn't check my calendar, Johnny Mac. I didn't check my calendar and looked and realized, wow, I've got a 9:30 appointment that really was 10 o'clock. and then I have a 9 o'clock meeting with the Brotherhood. I've got another meeting afterwards to march with the brothers. Then I've got all these tasks that I've committed myself to doing in the course of the day, and it's overwhelming. And then all these emails that come in, I'm saying, am I missing something important? You know, and did I? How should I just take the time and respond to this and respond to that? Does this email trigger a task that I need to complete because of a commitment that I mean, these are the things that goes on in my mind, and I'm sure that if you are dealing with any level near what I am in terms of being an online influencer, where your email is important, your social media posting is important, your responses to that social media posting. When someone responds to your post, is if you're trying to build an audience and a community, you need to respond to that. So all this is going on, and so you're just overwhelmed because there's so much digitalization that's coming at you. So we've looked at that, and as an author and as a self-publishing strategist, I was finding that my clients, I would call them up and they would ask me to send them the latest iteration of what we've been doing, and I've got stuff fragmented. I'm not all over the place. So imagine your life multiplied by 10. That's what I'm dealing with. What I'm dealing with at any given time, I'm dealing with about 10 authors, and now that I've gone into a subscription coaching model, it's even more. So keeping in touch, keeping that organized is important. They're saying that the age that we're just coming out of, creative disorganization was a plus. It showed that you was that mad scientist, that mastermind that could bring something unique and new out of the whatever was there. So this AI, this automation innovation was this creative disorganization was the linchpin, was the foundation of that. That's how it was able to work. But now disorganization is a more of a burden than a blessing. This organization now is going to disadvantage you, whereas there's someone that comes in that if there's two that have the same skill set, but one is organized more so than the other, then prudence says go with the organized provider. So disorganization is destabilization to the growth of your agency or your business, your enterprise. So the focus that we have is to look at the elephant in the room, that digital elephant, this fragmentation. The story, the fable where the 10 guys were all looking at an elephant, and they were each told to describe it based on their experience with the elephant. And one of them was just rubbing the side of this big broad side of this big old beast, and he said it's just like a big wall. And the other one was rubbing on the ears and said, no, it's like a big fluffy fan. And the one that had the nostrils said, no, it's like a long. So each one had a different experience. The trunk, the big old elephant legs, and the tongue, and all these different parts that these blind observers and experiencers were having. That experience was their experience, and that's what they saw of the elephant. Well, that's what the elephant in the room now is, the same thing, but it's the digital elephant, and it's the fragmentation. It's the email over here, it's the calendar over here, and it's the all of the vault of the different manuscripts and graphics and all the different documents that you're trying to secure, all of that, and then just trying to communicate either verbally or video wise with that client. All of that is in a big old ecosystem. If it's fragmented, it's causing stress, frustration, anxiety. But if it's able to be simplified, then it can be amplified. If it's able to be clarified, then it can be magnified. If it's able to be organized, then it can be optimized. And that's what we do here at the Legacy Builders Academy. We position you so that you can organize and therefore optimize your intellectual property. And what is intellectual property? That's anything that you conceive in your mind that comes out as a book, a course, class, curriculum. It may come out as a keynote speech. It may come out as a training. It may come out as there's so many different arenas and different avenues that you can express this intellectual property, and then make it available on a platform where they can purchase that intellectual property. And you treat it as unreal estate. You treat it as like you would real estate, but it has an appreciating value just like real estate. So you have to develop it. You have to manage it. You have to optimize it. Sometimes you have to sell it. Sometimes you have to buy in order to expand. There's so many, the parallels between intellectual property and real estate are so very key. So what we've done is learn how we have what's called an intellectual property audit, where we look at your expertise, we look at your experience, we look at your education, we look at your methodology and the different processes and frameworks that you've developed over time. And we said, okay, we can package that into intellectual property and then leverage that intellectual property so that now you can create an ecosystem where people are able to come in and purchase that intellectual property, take advantage, access, implement that intellectual property into their own lives. And you can either license it, you can sell it, you can give it away. But then it gives you that influencer persona so that you can grow and build your organization based on that IP. So this is an IPO, an intellectual property offering. This is all within the system that we're presenting to you in Simplify to Amplify. Hey, so what I need you to do is click the link below, and so that you can take that first course in Simplify to Amplify. That the Simplify module is going to show you how to use the G7 system to be able to simplify your life. And G7 gives you, shows you how to use tools that you're already using to actually multiply your results and get the results that you've been searching and seeking for. Hey, again, this is Dr. John L. Mack. I'm the one that makes the paper stack. You heard?